The rain pounded the roof of the old Victorian house in Elmwood, Ohio, like fists demanding entry, but inside, the storm was fiercer. Alex Harper, 17 and trembling, stood in the living room as his father's words sliced through the air. "You're not my son anymore if this is who you are." By midnight, his bedroom door hung open to emptiness, his posters ripped down, his clothes stuffed into garbage bags, and his aunt's son, visiting from Cleveland, slept in the bed that had cradled Alex's dreams since childhood. His mother, Ellen, avoided his eyes, her hands wringing the hem of her apron as if it could squeeze out the regret pooling in her chest. "It's for the best, honey," she whispered, but her voice cracked like thin ice. Uncle Ray, the family rock who'd always preached forgiveness, cleared his throat and said nothing, his silence a heavier betrayal than any shout. Alex grabbed the bags, the downpour soaking him to the bone as he stumbled toward the rusted pickup of his best friend, Jamie, who waited with headlights cutting through the night like a lifeline. Jamie Ruiz, with his easy grin and tattooed arms that hit a heart as bruised as Alex's, had known for months. "Screw them," Jamie muttered, gunning the engine toward the highway. They were both outcasts in Elmwood. Jamie, the son of Mexican immigrants who'd fled cartel shadows in Juarez, labeled a troublemaker for his spray paint murals on abandoned barns. Alex had loved him in secret, a quiet ache that bloomed during late-night talks about escaping to Chicago, where the world might bend instead of break. But love unspoken stayed buried that night, overshadowed by the raw sting of rejection. They crashed at Jamie's cousin's apartment in Toledo, a cramped walk-up smelling of curry and regret. Alex stared at the ceiling cracks, replaying the scene, his sister's hesitant hug, her whisper of "I'm sorry," drowned by their father's rage. Lila, just 15, had idolized him, her big brother who taught her to ride a bike and defended her from schoolyard bullies. Now, she was collateral in a war Alex hadn't started. Sleep evaded him, replaced by a vow etched in fury. He'd build a life they couldn't touch, one where his truth wasn't a weapon turned against him. Dawn brought a Greyhound ticket and a goodbye that tasted like ash. Jamie pressed a crumpled 20 into his hand, eyes fierce. "Don't look back, Cabron. Make them eat their words." Alex nodded, the bus rumbling away from Ohio's flat fields toward the glittering unknown of the city. Chicago swallowed him whole, its skyscrapers indifferent, its streets alive with possibility. He found a shelter in Boys Town, the neighborhood's rainbow flags a tentative promise, and a job-slinging coffee at a corner cafe where the manager, a drag queen named Ruby with a laugh like thunder, saw past his hollow cheeks to the fire within. Ruby became his first ally, her real name Reginald, but her wisdom timeless. "Honey, family's not blood, it's who shows up when the world's on fire." She taught him the rhythms of the city, the L train screech, the hidden parks where queer kids gathered like fireflies. There, Alex met Theo Lang, a law student with wire-rimmed glasses and a smile that disarmed defenses. Theo volunteered at the shelter, his calm demeanor a balm to Alex's jagged edges. Their first conversation stretched hours, Theo sharing stories of his own closet days in suburban Indiana, the fear of his preacher father's sermons turning personal. But trust was a slow thaw. Alex kept Jamie's memory close, a ghost in his texts that went unanswered after the first month. Jamie's messages dried up, replaced by radio silence that gnawed at Alex's resolve. Was it guilt? Fear? Or had Elmwood's prejudices claimed another casualty? Theo noticed the shadows under Alex's eyes, the way he'd flinch at mentions of home. "You're carrying Ohio on your back," Theo said one evening, as they walked along Lake Michigan's shore, the waves whispering secrets. "Let me help lighten it." Their friendship deepened into something tentative, fragile, a shared coffee turning into study sessions in Theo's cramped apartment, filled with law books and half-eaten takeout. Alex opened up in fragments, the room given away like discarded trash, the way his father's Bible thumped the table as emphasis for damnation. Theo listened without pity, his hand brushing Alex's in solidarity. It was the first touch that felt like home, not obligation. Yet doubt lingered. Alex wondered if he was rebounding from Jamie's absence, projecting safety onto Theo's steady gaze. Meanwhile, back in Elmwood, ripples spread. Lila confronted their parents in the kitchen, her voice steady for the first time. You threw away the best part of our family. Ellen wept, her regret a quiet erosion, while Ray buried himself in farm work, the fields mocking his impotence. Whispers in town painted Alex as the villain, the boy who'd shame the Harpers. But Lila secretly saved his sporadic emails, printed them like talismans, dreaming of the day she'd bridge the chasm. 6 months in Chicago, Alex's world tilted again. A letter arrived at the shelter, postmarked Elmwood, in Lila's looping script. They're sorry, but too proud to say it. Come home. His heart clenched. Forgiveness dangled like bait. Theo urged caution. Roots can strangle if they're not pruned. But Alex booked a bus ticket, the pull of blood too strong to ignore. The return was a gauntlet. Stares at the diner, his old teacher's pitying nod. At the house, Ellen hugged him fiercely, but Ray's handshake was limp, eyes averted. Dinner was a minefield, small talk skirting the elephant until Lila burst the dam. Why'd you do it, Dad? He was your son. Ray's face reddened, old script spilling. It's not natural. The church. Alex stood, voice even. Love isn't a sin, Dad. Hiding it is. The door slammed again, but this time it was Ray leaving for the porch, the night ere his confessor. In the quiet aftermath, Alex and Lila talked until stars faded, her tears watering seeds of reconciliation. Yet the visit unearthed ghosts. Jamie was waiting outside, leaner, eyes haunted. Heard you were back. Thought you'd ghost me too. Words tumbled, Jamie's silence born of his own coming out, a beating from his uncle that left scars beyond skin. They'd both run, but Jamie had circled back, trapped in Elmwood's gravity. Their reunion sparked old flames, a kiss under the harvest moon that tasted of what-ifs. But Theo's face haunted Alex, loyalty fractured in the crossfire. Back in Chicago, guilt festered. Theo sensed the shift, their easy rhythm jarred. Who's pulling you under? He asked, hurt sharpening his words. Alex confessed, the truth a double-edged sword. Theo pulled away, not in anger but self-preservation, his own history of betrayal too raw. I can't be your safety net if you're leaping into fire. The apartment emptied of Alex's presence, replaced by echoing silences. Work became Alex's anchor. Ruby promoted him to shift lead, her pride a fierce light. You're blooming, kid. Don't let weeds choke you. He enrolled in community college, night classes in graphic design, channeling pain into pixels. Projects bloomed, posters for pride events, murals echoing Jamie's street art, but polished for galleries. A professor spotted talent, connecting him to an internship at a boutique firm downtown. Success whispered, maybe he could rewrite his story. But Elmwood called again. Lila's call came frantic. Dad's sick. Heart scare. He asks for you. Alex flew home. Theo's unanswered texts a sting he ignored. At the hospital, Ray looked small, tubes snaking like accusations. I was wrong, he rasped, hand trembling in Alex's. Pride's a fool's crown. Ellen sobbed beside him, forgiveness a fragile bridge. Jamie was there too, in the waiting room, his presence a complication. We can't keep doing this, Alex said, but Jamie's grin challenged. Why not? We're survivors. The pull tore at him. Back in Chicago, a package waited. Theo's things, neatly boxed, with a note. Build your house, Alex. Just not on borrowed foundations. Heart splintered, Alex dove into work, his designs winning awards, clients flocking. By 22, he launched his own studio, Harper Visions, renting a loft in Wicker Park, walls alive with color. Friends gathered. Ruby as mentor, new queer artists as family. But loneliness echoed in the high ceilings. A commission changed everything. Redesigning a community center in Elmwood, funded by a grant for inclusive spaces. Irony bit deep. Returning, Alex faced the town transformed. Rainbow crosswalks, a pride flag at the library, Lila's doing as student council president. She beamed, hugging him tight. You're famous here now. At the sight, Ray waited, frail but eyes clear. It's redemption, son. Alex nodded, throat tight. Jamie sought him out at the motel, rain slicking the parking lot. I sold the truck. Moving to Detroit for a job. Relief ward with ache. Good for you, Alex said, their goodbye a gentle close, not a wound. Theo's shadow lingered until a chance encounter at a design conference in Milwaukee. Awkward coffees turned to confessions. Theo's new boyfriend, a kind barista, Alex's solo path. We were placeholders, Theo said softly. For the real thing. The real thing emerged in layers. Back home, Alex's studio thrived, projects stacking like promises. A call from Ellen. Ray's prognosis dimmed, but peace bloomed. He wants to see the house you built. Alex understood, the metaphorical one, his life. But twists waited. Lila revealed a secret. During Alex's absence, she'd uncovered family lore, great-grandpa Elias, disowned for loving a man, yet leaving a hidden trust fund that Ray had ignored in shame. It's yours. Use it. The fund seeded dreams. Alex bought land in Elmwood's outskirts, not for revenge, but rebirth. A house rose, modern lines blending with Victorian echoes, rooms for healing. Groundbreaking day, the town gathered, neighbors who'd shunned him now clapping. Ray, in a wheelchair, gripped Alex's hand. You gave us more than a room. Tears fell, the crowd's applause a chorus of amens. But drama peaked when a storm, literal and figurative, hit. Construction halted by floods, mirroring Alex's past tempests. Doubts surged. Was this folly? Jamie returned, unannounced, helping shore beams, their friendship reborn platonic, strong. Theo even drove down, bridging old gaps with quiet support. The climax crested as Ray, in a lucid moment, stood to dedicate the cornerstone. For the son who taught me love's not given away, it's built. The house completed, a haven for queer youth, funded by Alex's firm. Open house night, lights glowed against twilight. Ellen danced with Lila, Ray shared stories with wide-eyed teens. Alex watched from the porch, heart full. A young boy, fresh from his own coming out, approached. They said I had no place. But you made one. Alex smiled, the cycle broken. Years layered like patina. Alex's studio expanded, Theo a collaborator on pro bono cases. Jamie thrived in Detroit, visits easy. The house stood sentinel, a testament. One evening, as snow dusted the eaves, Ray pulled Alex aside. I gave away your room. You gave us a home. Alex hugged him, whispering, family's what we choose to keep. In the quiet, Alex knew, survival wasn't erasure, but reclamation. The boy who'd fled rain-soaked betrayal had forged an empire of empathy, one brick, one heart at a time. As the first residents moved into the house, a shy trans girl named Riley with dreams of becoming a mechanic, and her non-binary partner Sam, sketching blueprints for tiny homes, Alex felt the weight of legacy settle like a well-worn coat. It was comfortable, but not without itch. Elmwood had changed, or at least its facade had. The annual fair now featured a diversity booth, and the local paper ran features on inclusive Elmwood. But beneath the polish, old veins of prejudice pulsed. A church elder cornered Alex at the grocery, Bible in hand. God's grace is for repenters, not parade floats. Alex smiled tightly, but inside, the old scar tugged. Lila, now 20 and studying social work at Ohio State, became the house's unofficial guardian. She organized workshops on allyship, her passion a fire Alex envied. You started this, she told him over coffee in the sunlit kitchen, steam rising like unspoken thanks. But it's ours now. Their sibling bond, once frayed, wove tighter, late-night calls about her crushes, his design deadlines. Yet envy crept in. Lila's ease with their parents chafed against Alex's guarded heart. Ray's health stabilized with meds and therapy, Ellen baking pies as peace offerings, but forgiveness for Alex was a marathon, not a sprint. Chicago pulled him back weekly, the loft a sanctuary of chaos, sketches pinned to walls, Ruby crashing on the couch with tales from her latest review. Darling, you're splitting yourself like a bad haircut, she teased, her sequins catching light. Truth stung, the commute drained, dreams blurring between coasts. No, states. A new client emerged, a nonprofit in San Francisco, seeking a rebrand for LGBTQ plus elder care. The pitch meeting via Zoom lit sparks, visions of coastal murals, stories etched in Adobe. We're offering relocation, the director said, eyes kind. Alex hesitated, the house's fresh paint a tether. Theo's influence lingered subtly. Their conference reconnection evolved into a professional orbit, him litigating for queer rights, Alex visualizing justice. A joint project, A campaign against conversion therapy, billboards stark with shattered chains. Late edits over wine, Theo's laugh unguarded. Remember when you thought I was too buttoned up? Alex chuckled, warmth unfurling. No sparks, but solidity, a friendship forged in fire's aftermath. Theo's partner, Marcus, joined dinners, his barista banter lightning loads. You two are like an old married couple, Marcus joked, and Alex didn't bristle. It fit. Jamie's life paralleled, a mirror with cracks. Detroit suited him. Auto shop by day, graffiti collectives by night. Visits to the house brought laughter, murals blooming on outbuildings. This place? It's what we dreamed on that bus, he said one afternoon, paint splattered, handing Alex a brush. They painted side by side, strokes sinking like old rhythms. But Jamie's eyes held shadows. A ex who'd bailed after coming out. Family pressures from south of the border. Sometimes I wonder if running's all we know. Alex paused, roller dripping. Or if we've finally stopped. Conflict brewed subtly. Town council eyed the house's funding, whispers of special interests tainting grants. A rival designer, Harlan from Columbus, lowballed bids, his portfolio slick but soulless. Why pour hard into Hicks? Harlan sneered at a networking event, assuming Alex's silence. Fury simmered. Alex countered with a viral social media blitz. Resident stories, time-lapse of builds. Views soared, donations flooded. Harlan folded, but not before a leaked email. Harper's agenda-pushing sob story. The slur hit like gravel. Ray's relapse came swift, a fall in the barn, hip shattered. Hospital again, monitors beeping accusations. Ellen called, voice breaking. He needs you, Alex. Not the prodigal, the son. Alex drove through night, arriving to Ray's groggy confession. I kept Elias's letters. Burned him in shame. Should have read. The trust fund's origin, a lover's bequest, love deemed unnatural. Ray's tears baptized old sins. Teach me how to make it right. Alex stayed weeks, nursing, bridging. Lila joined, trio mending like frayed quilt. Ruby's visit upended calm. She arrived unannounced, heels clicking, drag packed. Time for a show loves. The house hosted an impromptu cabaret, teens in tutus, Ray clapping from his chair. Laughter echoed, but Ruby pulled Alex aside post-curtain. You're tethered here, but your wings are flapping for elsewhere. San Francisco's offer loomed, deadline pressing. Sleepless, Alex weighed. Roots or reach? Theo advised over phone, voice steady. Legacy isn't a cage. Build where the sun calls. Jamie texted. Chase it, man. Elmwood won't crumble. The decision crystallized at dawn, lake mist rising. He accepted, packing the loft with help from Marcus, who quipped, West Coast queer? You'll fit like a glove. Farewell party, Ruby toasting, to horizons. Relocation buzzed. New studio in the Castro, views of fog-kissed hills. Clients multiplied. Tech firms seeking inclusive branding, pride campaigns global. But homesickness nipped, Lila's calls shorter, Ray's updates via Ellen. A package arrived. Soil from the house's garden. Note from Lila. Plant roots wherever. Alex did, pots on his balcony blooming defiant. Twist struck months in. Harlan, relocated to SF, poached a client with smears. Harper's small-town drama doesn't scale. Lawsuit loomed, Theo flying out pro bono. Courtroom clash. Harlan's smugness cracked under cross, emails exposed. Victory sweet, but exhausting. Post-trial beers, Theo grinned. We're a team, you and I. Marcus joined, trio solid. Jamie's crisis call shattered routine. Theo's deported. Maz alone. Alex wired funds, booked flights. Detroit detour, family huddled, borders cruel. They rallied, Jamie's art funding legal aid. You're my brother, Jamie said, hug fierce. Back in SF, Alex channeled rage into a series. Murals on border walls, virtual exhibits. Acclaim followed, a TEDx invite. Ray's letter came handwritten, shaky. Proud of the man you became. Visit. Alex flew east, house thriving. Riley wrenching cars, Sam designing expansions. Dinner. Ellen's roast, Lila's tales of college protests. Ray raised glass, to houses built on truth. Tears, toasts, the family whole. San Francisco wove new threads. A mentor, Elena, Latina architect with queer kin, pushed collaborations. Your story's universal. Prejudice knows no zip code. Joint project, a shelter hybrid, housing and art space. Groundbreaking, diverse crowd. Alex speaking. We don't give away rooms, we open doors. Yet tension simmered. Lila announced engagement. To a woman, Mia, soft-spoken poet. Parents blessing tentative, echoes of Alex's night. He coached. Lead with love, not apology. Wedding planning bridged miles. Alex designing invitations, elegant, bold. Jamie's evolution. Gallery show in Chicago, Alex curating. From barns to beams, Jamie laughed. Theo officiated a pop-up exhibit, Marcus DJing. Night pulsed, bonds unbreakable. Climax brewed in Elmwood. Funding cut threatened the House, council swayed by conservatives. Petition drive, Alex leading remotely. Videos, op-eds, rally day, rain again, but crowd unyielding. Ray spoke, voice amplified. I gave away my son's room. Won't let them take this home. Cheers thundered, vote swung. Relief washed. Alex visited post-victory, balcony chats with Ray turning profound. Regrets a teacher, Ray said. You were mine. In SF, balance found. Quarterly East trips, virtual firesides. Elena's partnership bloomed personal. Dinners, hikes, her quiet strength mirroring Theo's. No labels, just presence. You're home, she said one sunset, hand in his. The house's first anniversary gala. Alex keynoting, stories shared. A teen, echoing his younger self, hugged him. You made space. Full circle. San Francisco's fog rolled in like a secretive lover, cloaking Alex's new life in layers of possibility and isolation. The studio, Harper Vision's West, hummed with energy. Interns sketching inclusivity icons. Elena's blueprints integrating green spaces for mental health retreats. Their collaboration extended beyond work. Weekend getaways to Big Sur, where waves crashed against cliffs like unresolved arguments, drew them closer. Elena's backstory unfolded in whispers, disowned by her Guadalajara family for her bisexuality, rebuilding in the Bay Area's mosaic. We carry our exiles, she said, fingers tracing Alex's palm. It was intimacy without pressure, a slow dance after years of sprinting from heartbreak. Back east, the house evolved into a beacon. Riley's mechanic program thrived, her garage extension a hub for at-risk youth learning trades. Sam's designs won local awards. Tiny homes dotted the property like hopeful seeds. Lila and Mia honeymooned in the Berkshires, post-wedding bliss spilling into group chats. Your invites were magic, Lila texted, photo of sunset vows attached. But undercurrents stirred. Mia's conservative parents boycotted, their absence a ghost at the reception. Alex counseled via call. Time thaws even icebergs. Ray's health plateaued, a fragile equilibrium. Weekly check-ins with Ellen revealed vulnerabilities. Nights Ray woke sweating from dreams of Elias, the great-grandfather whose love letters he'd unearthed in the attic. He was happy, Alex. Against all odds. Ray began volunteering at the house, awkward at first, handing tools, sharing farm stories, but warming to the teens' unfiltered truths. One boy, Kai, reminded him of Alex. Sharp wit, hidden hurts. You listen, Kai said. Ray's reply. Learning late, but learning. Jamie's Detroit chapter steadied. The gallery show catapulted him. Commissions from murals to album covers flowed. A new relationship, with Leo, a sound engineer whose beats matched Jamie's strokes, added lightness. Feels real, Jamie confided during a video tour of his loft, walls alive with color. Alex grinned, relief genuine. You deserve the canvas. Their friendship, once tangled in romance, now pure support. Cross-country care packages of art supplies and design mags. Theo's orbit tightened. A landmark case, challenging Ohio's lingering sodomy-era laws, vestiges of discrimination. Alex contributed visuals, infographics mapping prejudice's cost. Victory party in Columbus. Champagne toasts, Marcus spinning tracks. Theo pulled Alex aside. This? It's what you sparked. Pride swelled, but so did a whisper of what could be. Marcus noticed, teasing. Eyes left, counselor. Laughter diffused, but seeds planted. Conflict ignited unexpectedly. Harlan resurfaced, not in court, but media, a podcast decrying woke design as corporate grift, name-dropping Alex. Downloads spiked. Backlash too. Trolls flooding socials with slurs, doxing interns. Studio lockdown. Elena's arm around Alex. Breathe. We're armored. But sleep fled. Nightmares of Elmwood's diner stares amplified. Ruby called from Chicago. Channel it, baby. Art's your sword. A response series launched. Faces of Resilience. Portraits of queer elders, survivors' stories, inked bold. Virality flipped narrative. Harlan's cred crumbling. Personal storm brewed. Ellen's mammogram results. Early stage, treatable, but terrifying. Alex flew home. The house a makeshift command center. Lila organizing meals. Ray holding Ellen's hand through chemo fog. Irony. Ellen joked weakly. Me fighting now. Alex stayed months, designing distraction. A family crest mural in the living room. Symbols of endurance. Rainbow phoenix. Knotted ropes, unbroken. Nights, he'd sit with Ray on the porch, stars and different witnesses. You built this strength in us, Ray admitted. By walking away. Jamie's support arrived unbidden. A mural trucked in, vibrant against the house's siding. Ohio fields morphing to cityscapes, figures linking hands across divides. For the fighters, Leo tagged along, camera capturing. Group barbecue post-install, laughter mingled with tears, Mia reciting poems of healing. Theo visited, case files in tow, but heart present. Family's a verb, he said, helping Ellen with puzzles. Marcus charmed Ray with grilling tips, bridges subtle. One evening, as fireflies danced, Alex and Theo walked the grounds. Seeing you here. It's right, Theo murmured. Alex nodded, Elena's texts pinging, a reminder of balances. No jealousy, just clarity. Love's layered, not linear. Ellen's recovery milestone. Bell-ringing ceremony at the hospital, Alex filming for a montage. Back in SF, he poured energy into the shelter project. Ground broken, first walls rising. Elena's touch evident. Solar panels, therapy gardens. A donor gala raised funds, Alex emceeing. This isn't charity. It's claiming space. Applause thundered, a tech mogul pledging double. Twist deepened. Kai, the teen volunteer, faced his own expulsion. Parents discovering his journal, packing his bags. House intake, first crisis placement. Alex mentored, echoing his youth. You're not broken. They're scared. Kai's art emerged, raw sketches of fractured homes mending. Exhibited locally, sales funded scholarships. Lila's thesis, on familial reconciliation post coming out, dedicating to Alex. You were the case study. She teased at defense, aced with honors. Mia's book launch followed. Poems laced with their story. Pride swelled, but distance tugged, Alex missing the minutiae. Jamie's next curve. Leo's proposal, destination wedding in Joshua Tree. Alex Bestman, speech weaving their shared flight. From Greyhound to this. Love's the ultimate road trip. Tears, dances under stars. Ray's gift. A bound volume of Elias's letters, transcribed. Pass it on, he urged. Alex read by SF Bay, winds carrying echoes. Inspired, a new line. Archival designs, queer histories visualized. Stormfront, funding dip for the House, economy biting. Council debates reignited. Alex rallied donors, virtual town hall passionate. Invest in hearts, not headlines. Swayed, budget restored. Ellen's remission party, house packed, toasts cascading. Alex arrived late, Elena in tow. First meet, warm embraces. You've got good taste, Lila whispered. Evenings blurred, Elena and Alex exploring SF's underbelly, queer bars pulsing with unapologetic joy. Climax whisper, Harlan's apology email, post-scandal. Ignored, but Theo advised response. Grace disarms. Alex drafted brief, build better. Closure. In quiet, Alex reflected. From roomless boy to home builder, prejudices peeled like onions, revealing tenderness. The journey? Eternal, but shared. The Joshua Tree wedding etched golden in memory. Cacti sentinels to vows exchanged at dusk, Jamie's eyes shining as Leo slipped the ring. Alex's speech landed soft punches of humor and heart. The crowd, a mix of Detroit grit and art scene sparkle, laughing through misty eyes. Elena, beside him, squeezed his hand under the reception tables laden with vegan tacos and craft brews. "You're a natural," she murmured, her accent wrapping warmth. Their drive back to SF wound through deserts, conversations meandering from family lore to future blueprints. "What if we designed together? Not just projects, life," she ventured. Alex's pulse quickened, proposal unspoken, but felt. Elmwood's house marked its second year with expansion, a library wing, stocked with Lila's curated shelves, coming out memoirs, trans histories, ally guides. Kai curated the teen art wall, his pieces selling to out-of-towners via online auctions. Revenue cycled back, sustainability blooming. Ray's involvement deepened. He led gardening sessions, hands in soil mirroring soul work. "Dirt doesn't judge," he'd grunt to the kids, but his glances at Alex held volumes. Ellen, cancer-free scans stacking, took up painting, watercolors of the property, gifted framed to residents. Theo's caseload swelled. A class action for workplace discrimination, queer nurses fired in Midwest hospitals. Alex's firm handled visuals, data viz of lost wages, emotional toll mapped in color gradients. Collaboration seamless, trips to Ohio frequent. Marcus joined one, their banter lightning depositions. "If law's this fun, sign me up," Marcus quipped. Theo's glance at Alex lingered. Partnership solid, but a quiet what-if hummed. Jamie's post-wedding glow. A mural commission for a queer center in Ann Arbor, Leo scoring the unveiling with live mixes. Alex flew for the event, Elena tagging along, her first Midwest jaunt. Snow dusted the streets, breath fogging as they toured. "Feels like home, but wilder," she said, linking arms. Jamie pulled them into after-party chaos, toasts to found families. Back west, Harlan's shadow faded entirely, his firm folding amid boycotts. Schadenfreude brief. Alex focused forward. A major pitch, rebranding a national chain for inclusivity, ads featuring diverse couples in everyday bliss. When secured, billboards bloomed coast to coast. Media buzz. Harper, the designer redefining belonging. Interviews poured, podcasts probing his Elmwood origins. Rejection fueled creation, Alex shared, voice steady. Vulnerability viral, inquiries doubling. Personal rift surfaced subtly. Lila's call, edged, "Mia's folks are coming around. Dinners, even. But they asked about you." Like a cautionary tale. Hurt flickered, old wounds raw. Alex drove to Ohio unannounced, house welcoming. Lila apologized over tea. "They're trying. Like us." Mia joined, her poetry bridging, reading verses of mended fences. Ray overheard, adding gruff. "Tales evolve, son. Healing incremental." Elena's integration charmed. Ellen adored her, feisty, like me young, sending care packages of jerky and jam. Joint Zoom dinners. Ray quizzing on SF quirks, laughter bridging pixels. Elena's family ties surfaced. A cousin visiting from Mexico, stories of Abuela's quiet queerness. Layers everywhere, she reflected with Alex, curled on his couch overlooking the bay. Jamie's evolution continued. Expecting, adopting a foster kid, boundary pushing. Scared shitless, he confessed on a call. Alex advised, "You're the dad who'd fight cartels for bedtime stories." Support network activated. Theo on legal, Lila on resources. Storm gathered. National bill threatening trans youth care, ripples hitting the house. Residents panicked, Kai's group therapy overflowing. Alex mobilized, petition drives, op-eds co-authored with Elena. Rally in Columbus. Thousands marching, Alex speaking. "Houses aren't just wood. They're havens. Don't board them up." Coverage national, momentum shifting. Theo's role pivotal, arguing before appeals, when stacking. Post-verdict celebration, dive bar, beers clinking. Team effort. Theo toasted, eyes meeting Alex's, appreciation deep. Marcus hugged Elena. "You two?" Power duo. Ellen's checkup clean, but Ray's cough persisted, docs ordering scans. Dread coiled. Alex arrived, Elena insisting. "Families include us now." Waiting room vigil. Lila pacing, Mia meditating, Ray joking weakly. Biopsy. Benign, relief crashing. Dodged another. Ray wheezed, hugging all. Inspired, Alex proposed to Elena atop Twin Peaks, city sprawled below. Build with me. Ring simple, platinum band etched with intertwined roots. Yes, tearful, plans hazy. Wedding in the house gardens, blending coasts. Jamie's adoption finalized. Little Sophia, 4, eyes wide at murals. Visit. Chaos joyful, Sophia finger painting with Kai. Uncle Alex, she dubbed him, tugging heartstrings. Twist. Old client from Chicago, Ruby's connection, revealed a betrayal, funds skimmed years back. Audit nightmare, but transparency won trust back. Lesson, vigilance in victory. Lila's pregnancy announcement. Mia's egg, surrogate friend. Joy tempered by fears, grandkids in a divided world. Alex designed nursery murals remotely, themes of open skies. Theo's milestone. Partnership at firm, specializing core law. Dinner in SF. Marcus cooking paella, toasts to futures. Climax edged. Harlan's final jab. A tell-all book excerpt smearing Alex as Grift King. Preemptive strike. Alex's memoir outline. Agent snapping it up. Your story sells truth, she said. Excerpts dropped, countering with grace. Forgiveness arcs, growth graft. House fundraiser. Virtual auction. Elena emceeing from West. Bids soared, security netted. In SF sunset, Elena nestled. From exiles to this. Alex kissed her temple. Prejudices conquered, not erased, but managed, with love's architecture. Preparations for the wedding wove a tapestry of transcontinental frenzy. Fabric swatches mailed from Ohio to California. Lila curating floral mocks via shared drives. Elena's family flying north for fittings. The house gardens transformed. Arbors draped in wildflowers. Paths lit by solar lanterns Alex designed. Symbolic. Ray grunted approvingly, wheeling through inspections, his cough a faint echo now managed with inhalers. Ellen orchestrated catering. Farm to table, nods to Elena's heritage with mole sauces simmering. Blending worlds, she beamed, apron dusted flour. Jamie's family expanded visibly. Sophia's first day of preschool, photos flooding group chats, her pigtails mirroring Leo's curls. Jamie's latest mural, a desert oasis for a trans center, Sophia, helping with handprints. Chaos crew, he captioned. Alex replied with sketches for her room. Whimsical beasts guarding dreams. Their bond, brotherly now, anchored amid changes. Theo's caseload intersected wedding plans. An injunction blocking the trans bill's enforcement. Hearings in D.C. Alex joined virtually. Graphics amplifying arguments. Heat maps of impacted families. Victory narrow, but euphoric. Post-ruling call. Couldn't without your visuals, Theo said, fatigue-laced pride. Marcus planned a guy's weekend in Vegas. Decompression, no ties. Laughter over slots, stories swapped. Remember the bus? Jamie texted from afar, included. Elena's cousin, Sophia, echoing the niece, arrived early. Vibrant storyteller, weaving Abuela's tales into rehearsal toasts. Cultural fusion, mariachi strings mingling with Ohio fiddles. Lila's bump showed, Mia glowing maternal. Auntie Elena. The bump earned, ultrasound pics shared. Personal undercurrent. Alex's memoir deal accelerated, ghostwriter sessions probing depths. Jamie's silence. Theo's almost. Ray's redemption. Ross the hook, agent urged. Excerpt in the Atlantic. Roomless to rooted. Responses poured. Letters from disowned kin. Invites to speak. Burden lightened by purpose. Ray's health check. Clear lungs, but heart strain noted. Pace yourself, Dad. Alex advised, the words slipping natural. Ray nodded, eyes misty. Wouldn't miss this. Elena bonded over porch teas, her Spanish lulling his aches. Storm cell. Councilman, old guard, challenged house permits. Overreach on private land. Hearing packed, residents testifying, Kai's voice steady. This saved me. Elena flew east, testifying on design equity. Alex's closing. Homes heal. Let them. Gavel favor. Expansion greenlit. Jamie's curveball. Sophia's adjustment hiccups. Night terrors from past fosters. Therapy referrals. Alex sending care boxes. Stuffed guardians. Storybooks. Illustrated custom. You're her hero, Jamie said, voice thick. Theo's Vegas trip unearthed. Marcus proposed expansion, adopting. Your turn to dad? Alex teased. Theo's grin. Maybe. With the right partner. Subtext hung, but dissipated in blackjack laughs. Wedding eve rehearsal, dinner under stars, speeches previewed. Lila's. Alex, you showed us love's not fragile. Tears, hugs. Elena's parents zoomed blessings, traditions blended. Ceremony dawn, fog lifting east, gardens dewed. Alex in linen suit, Elena in embroidered gown, roots motif. Vows exchanged. I choose you, every layer. Rings slid, kiss sealed. Crowd cheered. Ray standing shaky, Ellen dabbing eyes, Lila's hand on bump. Reception pulsed. Dances cross-generational, Sophia twirling with Kai. Toasts cascaded. Ruby via video, body wisdom, Jamie's heartfelt. From outcasts to this altar. Cake cut, stars wheeled. Honeymoon postponed, house dedication loomed. Newlyweds hosted, Elena's touch in every corner. Mosaic tiles from Mexican artisans. Post-wedding, memoir launch. NYC reading, Alex voice cracking on coming out page. Standing ovation, book signing lines snaking. Theo attended, Marcus too. Bestseller vibes. Jamie's update, Sophia thriving, family therapy clicking. Oasis achieved. Lila's baby shower, virtual West participation, Alex gifting mobile, queer icons as mobiles. Name reveal, Jordan, gender-neutral nod. Ray's quiet ask, write my story in your book? Sequel seed planted. Climax brewed national. Supreme Court shadow on equality rulings. Amicus briefs, Alex's infographics cited. Rally in D.C. Coalitions marching, Elena beside, signs bold. House milestone. Third year, Gala hybrid, live stream west. Funds record, expansions announced, wellness center. Elena's pregnancy surprise, early, planned. Joy exploded, calls east, plans for dual homes. Little architect, Ray joked. In the glow, Alex traced Elena's curve, from betrayal's night to this nurture. Prejudices? Echoes, but drowned in collective roar. Elena's pregnancy announcement rippled like a stone in still water. Eastward calls lighting up with whoops, Lila's, double Andy duty, echoing through speakers. The house became de facto nursery consultant. Ellen knitting booties, Ray opining on crib sturdiness, Kai sketching whimsical decor. Alex and Elena plotted logistics. SF primary, Ohio summers, a Pi Day Terra blending. Roots multiply. Elena said, hand on her swell, ultrasounds shared like treasures. Jamie's parallel path, Sophia's kindergarten plunge, backpack oversized, pride beaming. A family mural project, walls chronicling her journey. Alex consulting colors remotely. Leo's album dropped. Beats infused Jamie's visuals. Track art Alex's gift. Uncle collab, Jamie tagged, streams charting. Theo's adoption journey formalized. Home studies passed, match pending. A sibling set, boys aged 5 and 8. Chaos upgrade. Marcus laughed over brunches. Lawyering amped, but joy underpinned. Visits to SF. Park playdates theorized, bonds preemptive. Memoir sequel greenlit. Houses of Us, weaving family arcs. Interviews layered. Ray's confessions, Lila's essays, Elena's infusions. Launch tour. Coast connected, readings intimate. One Q&A, a fan's query pierced. How do you forgive the unforgivable? Alex paused. Time, and their effort. National tides turned. Court upheld protections, margins slim. Celebrations street-wide, Alex and Elena toasting from afar, confetti virtual. House-hosted watch party, cheers relayed. Ray's legacy project, oral histories with residents, transcribed for archives. Voices matter, he insisted, tape rolling. Alex edited clips into a podcast series, episodes dropping weekly, raw resilience. Lila's labor came swift. Jordan arrived pink and squalling, Mia's exhaustion radiant. Hospital vigil via FaceTime, Alex's voice first words heard. Naming ceremony at the house, circle of kin, blessings multicultural. Jamie's scare, Sophia's fever spiked, yard dash. All clear, viral, but scare shook. Vulnerable hits different, he admitted. Alex flew, storytime marathons, Elena sending healing teas. Theo's boys arrived, Matteo and Luca, wide-eyed from uncertainty. Adjustment rocky, nights of nightmares, days of discovery. Marcus's patience infinite, Theo's advocacy fierce. SF visit, impromptu picnic, Sophia meeting cousins, chaos charming. Elena's cravings, Ohio pies air-shipped, Ellen's specialty. Baby shower hybrid, West Pinata, East quilt. Gender reveal skipped, surprise us, they declared. Twist gentle, Harlan's outreach, rehabbed, seeking mentorship. Alex met neutral, coffee, boundaries clear. Redemption's action, he said. Harlan volunteered at a shelter, small steps tracked. Ray's heart episode, mild but wake up. Priorities, he declared, prioritizing grandkid visits. Wheelchair races with Jordan, giggles echoing. Climax soft, house's 5th anniversary, gala grand, expansions complete. Alex keynote. From one room lost to many found. Dedication plaque. For Alex, who gave us home. Tears collective. Elena's delivery. Coastal Hospital, Alex coaching breaths. Baby girl, Isla Harper Ruiz. No, wait, blending last names. Cries first, then quiet latch. Elena's whisper. Our builder. News spread. East flight delayed by joy. Ray held Isla first upon arrival. Eyes ancient. Cycle complete. Lila cooed. Jordan poking curiously. Jamie FaceTimed Sophia. New sis. Theo's family whole. Boys settling. Adoption final. Joint barbecue. Families merging. Grills smoking stories. Years blurred forward. Isla toddling house paths. Sophia and boys forming pact. Jordan's first words. Uncle. Designs global. Alex's firm ethical empire. Elena co-leading. Ray's passing gentle. Sleep. Post-dinner tales. Funeral. House chapel. Eulogies woven. His arc from discard to embrace. Elias's letters read aloud. Closure poetic. Ellen carried torch. House board chair. Vigor renewed. Lila's practice. Therapy for queer families. Jamie's exhibits. International. Theo's judgeship. Landmark rulings. Alex, Elena, Isla in SF garden. Sunset gilding. They gave away my room, Alex mused. But look, we built a world. Echoes of rain, but now nourishing. Love's structure. Enduring, expansive, eternally home.